Hi, I'm Bob Madison. We're at Mad About Music, which is in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. We've been open now for 7 years, and I just want to talk about one of the many things that I do here. It's one of my most favorite things in the world to do, and that is work on guitars. Specifically doing modification. We do a lot of work with replacing pickups and just helping people get better sound out of their gear. Right, I started playing around with guitars. I got serious about it when I was about 12 years old. That's when I really learned how to play. I started tinkering with them when I was probably about 15, 16 years old. And it's just kind of gone from there. I've built from scratch. I've built two. I've built a Telecaster and a bass. And we're actually working on a third guitar now that I can't really talk about. I don't want to say anything until it's completely done. But I've been involved with that for quite some time. So the first guitar that I really did from scratch, I bought the body parts. It was a black and white Telecaster, which I still do own. I did that in about 1984. The reason I did it is I wanted something very unique of my own, and electronics wise, I just had this sound in my head, and so I picked the stuff myself. So the body and the neck were already built and finished, so all I had to do is assemble all the parts. With that guitar, I put in an EMG 85 and then two 81s, and it's an active electronics. And up to that point, I didn't own one of those, and I just really wanted one, so I made it. When I was in Japan on tour, and I was in a music store, and I found a mini kit for a Flying V. And Connor was maybe a year or so old at that point in time, and I thought, you know, it'd be really cool if I made a guitar for him because he's such a little guy. And so we took, I spent way too much money on hardware, but I got a Schaller bridge and tailpiece. I put a DiMarzio Super Distortion and a Seymour Duncan JB pickup in it, and it's a great, great guitar. Really had a lot of fun putting it together. And Connor didn't get into playing until he was older, but it was just a neat guitar to have around to talk about. And then the first bass guitar that I built, it's basically it's a precision, Fender Precision shaped body. Same Fender, actually a Fender Precision neck, and I used Seymour Duncan P-bass replacement pickups in it. And I built it for Connor. He wanted his own bass guitar, so again, with that guitar I went to Warmoth and got the neck and body, and then just bought the parts. It's got a Schaller bridge, it's got Fender tuners on it, and turned out very nice. When Connor was, I don't know, he must have been around 13 years old, we bought a Fender Squire for him. It was I can't even remember the model of it now. We've done so many things to it. It originally came with two humbucking pickups and a Floyd Rose style tremolo, and we have totally we took all the electronics out. We replaced the tremolo, and it's now got, what does it have in it? It's got I can't even remember. It's got an EMG. It's got a Bill Lawrence XL500. And I believe a DiMarzio Super Distortion in it. I think that's what it is. But anyway, that one we got the family involved. Did a mirrored pickguard for it, and had to. I got my brother-in-law involved to help me cut out all the holes for the pickups and things, and it turned out really nice. We took an average guitar and turned it into a great guitar. So one other guitar that I really enjoyed working on is we have a 1978. The guitar, the model of it it's called the 2622. It's the predecessor to the AR 500, and the guitar was that model was built in that year for Steve Miller. It was a signature guitar. It originally had active electronics in it, and I've never been a big fan of Ibanez electronics. So we again took all the electronics out and replaced the neck pickup is a Bartolini PB55. The bridge pickup is a PB77, and we wired it so that it's got a three-way toggle switch, but we also wired it so that you can do series parallel coil tapping both pickups, and it's unbelievable how great the guitar sounds. Again, you know, with the electronics, we picked the right stuff, and very, very happy with the guitar. So when I've been asked, you know, with all the guitars that I've worked on for other people, they're you know, they have a sound that they're after, and so I've been asked, well, how do I choose? And basically, I don't have any kind of a set formula. I listen very closely to the person describe to me what they want to hear. I watch them play, listen to them play, and I'll you know, just kind of, I don't know, just kind of feel it out, I guess, for lack of a better term. And I have just this. I'm good at picking it. Everything I've done so far, I've never had an unhappy customer, and I've not been unhappy with what I've done. I guess the main thing is where, you know, what kind of music and the style of player the person is. That's kind of what those are the first two factors, and then the guitar itself. You know, because certain pickups work better in certain guitars, and yeah. So that's, like I said, no set method, but I just kind of use the force, I guess. So this guitar here, which is for sale at the store, it's a JT Serpent, Les Paul style body with a set neck. It's a mahogany body, mahogany neck. But what we really want to talk about is what I did with the pickups. When we brought this guitar in, it looks beautiful and everything, and has very good tone. And whenever you buy an electric guitar, whenever I buy an electric guitar for myself, I always start with it unplugged. If you have good tone to start, if you don't like the electronics, you can always change them. But if it doesn't sound good, you know, unplugged, or it's just not comfortable, no amount of modification is ever going to change it. Now with this, like I said, great sound, rings nice. You know, you can feel the vibration all the way through. It's a wonderful guitar. But we plugged it in, and it sounded okay, but not great. The sound of it through the amp definitely wasn't up to par with how much, with how good this thing looks and sounds, just unplugged, and how great it plays. So I decided to just completely redo it. So I took the bridge and the tailpiece. The bridge and tailpiece are Tone Pro System 2. The pickups, the bridge pickup is a Gibson 500T Super Ceramic, and the neck pickup is a 57 Classic. Alright, so we're standing back at my workbench here, and I wanted to talk to you a bit about a project that we have going for a really good friend of mine. My friend Joe Gonzalez gave me a Stratocaster years ago, and with the stipulation, he said, this is for you and Connor to use, don't ever sell it. And so that was in like 1996. We still have that guitar. It's a part of our family. And Joe called me up, and he has a son that is getting into guitars, and asked me if I could send it back, and I was like, you know, that's like Connor's favorite guitar. He learned how to play on it. How about if I make you one? We decided to call this guitar the Super 400. We like cars and we like engines, and we like engines and things, and so we name our guitar. The guitars that we're building have an engine name in them. That's why we call the bass the 427, and this one we're calling a 400, and we're calling it a Super 400, basically because it's going to have humbuckers in it instead of single coils like a regular Strat. The bridge pickup is a DiMarzio Super Distortion, and the neck pickup is a PAF Pro. Again, not necessarily two you would match together, but again, you go on the back pickup, you have great for hard, for rock and roll, cutting through with leads, and then the neck pickup is a real smooth, very nice sounding pickup, so you can do a combination, get the best of both worlds. The one thing I like about Strat, you can wire up the pickguard before you start, which is kind of cool, makes it really easy to put together. We're using Ernie Ball pots, 500K pots, and I'm using .047 capacitors. Usually, DiMarzio, they'll recommend a .022 with these. I just like the .047 because it's just a bit more beefy. Kind of gives it a little bit more body, we feel. So there you have it. It's great. The pickguard, we use conductive foil on it, so it makes it really easy for grounding, and it's all ready. As soon as the body's done, it's ready to drop in. Alright, so thanks for watching, and stay tuned. We'll be doing some more videos.